First, I've got a picture, as you can see. It's, if you want to look it up, it's down to you, your choice. Just search on YouTube, Q. This is who they are. Hashtag pure evil. It's not by Q, it's by the SGT report, who are a very reliable and trustworthy news purveyor, in my opinion anyway. Have a look at that, because it shows you what's going on in the UK all the time by the elite scum, the treasonous traitors to us all. You will find it very horrific. It doesn't show you the pictures or video. It just talks about what this evil piece of shit has done. And they're actually on about, according to the video, they're actually on about bringing back the death penalty for this guy, because it's that bad what he's been up to. Having said that, let's get back to the Sunday papers, and we'll start with the Observer. Bombshell poll reveals massive union backing for new EU vote. Utter propaganda, bullshit, lying. 2-to-1 support for a second referendum. Unite Unison GMB members surveyed. The government will fall apart within the next 6 months, almost certainly. John McDonnell. The government will fall away quicker than that, I suspect. So this is the propaganda. They've been hitting us with propaganda, just like they did in Ireland for the Lisbon Treaty. They've been hitting us with propaganda. Oh, so many have changed their mind now and don't want to leave. This was the plan all along. I've been saying this to you all along. I've been letting you know, keeping you informed that this is what was going on, and this is what they're pushing for now, a second referendum, because you didn't vote the way they wanted in the first one. Can we see how democracy simply doesn't work? It simply, plain and simply doesn't work when you've got a corrupt government who will fix the figures this time, and they'll probably make it so it's 60-40 to remain. Just so you're all aware, there was never ever any intention of leaving the EU. You were just given the option because the vote to leave was so high. I suspect it was closer to 80% to leave. It was so high that they couldn't just fix it so that the Remain stay, because it would have been obvious everyone had been talking, well, I voted leave, I voted leave, I voted leave. Well, how come we Remain then? Because they fixed the vote. So they still fixed the vote, just they made it 49-51 or 48-52, so it's a close call. So we can then go for a second referendum like we planned all along, and this time we'll fix it so it's more 60% or more vote to Remain. This is what's coming down the line at you. I've been explaining it to you for long enough. There it is in the scum sheets. Down but not out, the picture of Johnson. Top Tories rally round Johnson over divorce. Or as it was said in another paper, that now that's out the way, is he doing that to get so he can go for the Prime Minister's job? Everything he does is so he can get the Prime Minister's job. You're not sick of hearing that bullshit? It's almost as shitty as the Brexit bullshit. Star. New fears for Sean. England won Spain. I guess it's football, and he must have had an accident or something. Strictly exclusive. Craig. We'll kill off X Factor. Judges blast at Cowell and Co. Oh no! What will the sheeple do without X Factor? They'll have nothing to keep them distracted from knowing what's really going on. Billy Thayer's How to Be a Yummy Mummy. Express. It's not cricket. Love cheap Boris booed at test match. Meghan's father flees Mexican drug gangs. Oh, we've got to get something about the royal scum parasites in there, haven't we? Now for more absolute made up bullshit propaganda. Ex-KGB officer exposes how Russia demanded murders of dissidents in identical method to the Salisbury attack. Kremlin ordered me to poison enemies. Right, so he's an ex-KGB. So that means he doesn't have the power he used to have, where he used to be able to go around and kill people as he wanted, apparently, from what we're told. And now he's come out and said that it's total fantasy, fairy tale, made up bullshit, propaganda, so obvious, just like the whole Skripal and the follow-up Skripal Part 2 bullshit. Don't hate me for being a pop star, begs Strictly Faye. I don't hate you because I don't even bloody know you. People. Strictly's back. I thought it had just finished. It's back again. Mel B, Nanny. Star needs to get help now. Bugged 1,600 times by my crazed ex-lover. Boy 7 fights for life in New Egypt holds horror. Lad has stroke and sepsis after food poisoning. Now, one possibility about that Egypt thing could be because Spain, in particular, introduced this tourist tax. I forget how much it is now, but if you're there for a fortnight, it can be 30, 40, 50 quid, you know, easy each. So a lot are now starting to look, instead of Spain, they're looking at Egypt because it's warmer and it's cheaper. And so I suspect this could be something to just a possibility. It could just be normal the way it's supposed to be, or it could be used, because we've got to recall that anything you see in the papers usually is there for a reason, and that's one possibility. I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying it's a possibility. Telegraph. Minister, give all prisoners phones. Well, if you want to give all prisoners phones, then it needs to come out of your pocket. Oh, and while you're there, you can give all the homeless phones as well, because they actually would deserve it, unlike most of them. But of course, it's just to show you how crazy the world is and how crazy the ministers are. They're just crooks at the end of the day. We've been bigging them up to make them something they're not. When they're just a bunch of criminals. At the end of the day, they're just criminals. They need locking up, and no phones for them either. Looks like good news for Kate. Look at that fake practice smile. Mordaunt sets out stalls with fiery polemic on leadership. Why the Tory blue ring set still loves. Use AI in NHS or find 600,000 more staff. I wonder where we get them from then, eh? Ooh, let me think. The Mail. Free inside. AA 2019 Road Atlas. Perfect size to pop in your glove box. Now, to be fair, everyone should have one of them, because when the shit hits the fan, your GPS, your phones won't be working. If you don't know how to get somewhere by looking at a map and sorting it that way, you're not going nowhere. Boris's suicide vest jibe at May, his most outspoken attack yet, as we reveal number 10's dirty dossier on his private life. And here's Tory aide named in his marriage riddle. Can only be the money that they're interested in, because it can't be that bloke, because it just can't be. That would just be so wrong if it was. The Sunday Times. Ruth Davidson, my joy and fear over baby. Pushing the gay agenda. Crazy Rich Aliens, culture. Gemma Chan on the feel good film of the year, but it doesn't tell you what it is. War over Boris dirty dossier. Documents on his sex life drawn up by May's aides. What the shit has it got to do what he gets up to in his own private life in his bedroom, eh? Apart from if it's paedophilia, in which case, yeah. Police plan for no deal, riots and crime wave. So in other words, they're planning on how they're going to taser us all and beat us all for not obeying our masters, because we are, after all, slaves. Ruth names her baby bump. Ruth Davidson, I think it is. I have no idea who she is. British troops to stay in Germany. Well, apart from the stuff at the beginning, all the rest, smoke, mirrors and bullshit. And again, don't waste any money on them unless you're going for the free Atlas, of course, which that's probably about the only one. The only point paying anything is to get that Atlas. Apart from that, shit. Dennis Healy. World events do not occur by accident. They are made to happen, whether it is to do with national issues or commerce, and most of them are staged and managed by those who hold the purse strings.